Good morning, everybody. It's another miracle morning. It is 5:42. I've been doing my meditation and affirmations, visioning, and now I'm up and at it doing this video again. Yeah, weekend was pretty good. I actually participated in a speech contest for Toastmasters. I came in second place in the tall tales for the area. The next level is division. If the first place person can't go, then I get to go. Um, and then after that, there's the district, and I think from there it's international. But anyway, I don't know. The other guy seems pretty with it, so I'm pretty sure he's going to wind up going. But yeah, good stuff. And then I just kind of took it easy the rest of the weekend. I just needed some downtime, so I cleaned it in the afternoon on Saturday, which was also very good. And then on Sunday, spent some time with the family, played with the kids, and did all of the stuff around church. So I went to church, and it was kind of interesting because so in the Mormon church, we all have callings or jobs that we do as part of the church. All of the clergy is lay clergy, so which means that we're not paid. No one's professional. So anyway, I'm in the Sunday school presidency, so I'm not the president, so I help the president get all of his stuff done. And so anyway, we had a teacher council meeting where we talked about teaching children, which was really awesome. And then from there, I went and sat with the class for the 16 and 17-year-olds, which is part of my assignment there. And again, just kind of watched how things went. It was pretty good, pretty good day. Felt very inspired from that. And then came home, spent some time with my wife, and yeah, had a good time. One other thing that really kind of stood out this weekend was so things have been a little bit tight cash wise. I think that's probably going to change here over the next few weeks. But basically, I had a few things go on, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we decided that we wanted to have a date anyway, and so I just ran to the store and picked up some steaks and stuff, and we had steak at home, and watched a movie. We watched Trouble with the Curve on Netflix, and I found that was really, really nice just to be able to sit down and kind of have a date together, even though we didn't go anywhere. We just set the kids to bed and then, spent some quality time together. It was nice. But yeah, so it was all kind of a big thing. So yeah, we made a big to do out of the weekend. But anyway, business wise, one thing that happened on Friday was let me back up to Wednesday. I sent some emails out to some prospects I had for podcast sponsorships, and I've just kind of been working the system and trusting the process. In fact, I have a shirt, I'm not wearing it, that says "Trust the Process." I got from my friend John Sonmez. Anyway, so I've just been working the system, and I just, I emailed them and said, "Hey, look, I'd like to talk, see if there's anything we can do with sponsorships." And I got an email back on Friday. I should just read it. Let me pull it up here real quick. And I'm gonna leave out some of the details, obviously, but at the same time, I just think it's interesting because as you work and trust the process, stuff like this will happen. So here, let me read this real quick. It says, "Thanks for continuing to reach out, Chuck. We had some great success with podcasts, and I just had a meeting yesterday to expand my buy in that area. So your timing was spot on. Let's work on a media buy for the rest of the year. I don't know the cost of a show and what spots you have open for each show moving forward. To help get started, let's work within a $50,000 to $65,000 budget. I'd need a week to get promo codes and landing pages set up, so let's go with a 9/4 launch. In other words, he wants to launch next Monday. I'd like to do something in each show if possible to see what sticks, and then I can narrow it down for next year. Let me know if this works for you." So in other words, continuing to work out has worked out for some sponsorships, and this will, pay for the editing. It pays for the time that I spend kind of prepping and reaching out to potential guests, and the equipment for recording and all of that stuff. And so anyway, it was really interesting just to see that work out. And yeah, so it looks like things are going to work out pretty well here for the next part of the year. So then we can jump in and we can try and chase down some of these other things. Now, the invoice that I sent to this particular sponsor was actually less than the $50,000 budget that he proposed, simply because I have prices and everything for all of the shows, and what he asked for kind of came out to a little less than that. However, it's still enough to pay all of the business expenses plus some. So it's nice to be able to then cover my own expenses to live. And so yeah, the business expenses would be less my own salary. And so it's not quite enough to pay everything plus me, but that's fine. Because I have some other sponsorship money coming in for other things. So anyway, we're working all that out and making it work. But it's just exciting to see it all kind of come through and make it work. So anyway, I'm going to continue to work this and continue to find sponsors. I'm also kind of rejiggering the 12-week year that I had set up, because it was mostly focused around a lot of the short-term stuff, and I feel like I'm missing some of the long-term stuff. So the short-term stuff being, the conferences over the next few months, Angular Remote Conf, Ruby Remote Conf, and React Remote Conf. It's actually Angular Dev Summit and Ruby Dev Summit. I don't know why I keep saying Remote Conf, but anyway, I have to get that work done, but I need to be doing other things that are going to make a difference longer term. So, I'm kind of hammering some things down and figuring out some stuff for the website, because I feel like the website is a weak point for me, or for the business, for the podcasts, and getting people engaged. It does a decent job, but I think we could do better. So I'm working through that and trying to make it easier for people to figure out where they need to be to get what they want. And then I'm also trying to figure out what other areas I need to improve on in order to make things grow over the next little while. So anyway, it's pretty exciting there. I'm actually talking to my mastermind group today about the website and things like that. So we'll see how that all works out. That's the problem with doing this at 5:40 something in the morning, is that I'm tired. But anyway, so that's the plan. That's what we're doing. And we will get to it and get it done. But yeah, today the plan is essentially, I'm gonna, after this call or after this video, I'm gonna read my scriptures, because that's what I do next as part of my miracle morning. And then I'm actually going to pack up so that I can go down to Las Vegas for a couple of days for VMworld. And I'm hoping to make some contacts there and find a few more sponsors that way. It seems like a lot of that worked out pretty well for Microsoft Build, and I haven't really signed up any of those companies, but several of them said that they were interested in sponsoring here in the fall, so that should work out that way as well. And then all I have to do is just get down to VMworld and get stuff going there. A lot of the companies that I've been targeting over the last little while are going to be down there, so I'm hoping I can make that happen. And then some of the mid to smaller companies that do VM stuff and DevOps stuff have set up some one-on-ones with me so that I can grab lunch or grab just a one-on-one meeting with them. So anyway, that should be fun and interesting as well, just to see how that all works out. And I'm probably going to do something that splits the difference between setting something up for a sponsorship and doing maybe like a 10-minute interview or a 15-minute interview about who they are and what they do and what we're seeing at VMworld. So anyway, so you might get some kind of weird hybrid podcast episode from VMworld. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, beyond all that, I did miss Podcast Movement, which I'm a little bit disappointed, but that was last week, but I couldn't afford to go to Anaheim, so it didn't happen. Next year. But yeah, so that's pretty much the plan today is just to get down to Las Vegas and then get some of this stuff done. I'm also planning on doing some work for um, Angular Dev Summit. And basically, what that's going to be is it's going to be getting it shared on all of the different social sites that I know of that share Angular stuff, and then basically sending an email to the list and seeing if I can get people to upload it. So that'll also be interesting and fun. But yeah, I feel like if I can rank on Hacker News, if I can get it into the Angular Reddit, if I can get it into a few other places where people are looking for Angular stuff, then I can get some traction that way. So that's kind of the plan today. And then if I have some extra time tomorrow or Wednesday while I'm in Las Vegas, I'm planning on just solidifying the rest of the schedule for Angular Dev Summit. I have most of the speakers on the calendar already, but some aren't, and some of them still aren't on the website because I don't have a picture for them. So I'm probably just gonna poke them and say, hey, if I don't get a picture from you by like Thursday, then I'm just gonna pull one off of another website. We'll see how that works. But anyway, yeah, so it's all been good. One last thing is that I feel like it's important to keep learning and growing. And so this last week, I probably spent an hour or so doing Dave Thomas's course, Elixir for Programmers. And it's been really good. I've really been enjoying it. So I'll go ahead and put a link in the notes on this video for that if you're interested in it. But he kind of walks you through in a very easy to follow way how Elixir works. And so if you've been looking for a functional program or your programming language and you're looking for something maybe that's got the nice clean syntax from Ruby, Elixir kind of hits a lot of that sweet spot. So anyway, definitely check it out. It also works in kind of a multi-process paradigm where it's highly concurrent and does a lot of things that a lot of other systems can't do because they're all in a single process, and the threading, may or may not actually span across CPUs, where Elixir splits things up by process more than thread, and so since it's in a different process, it will definitely run on on a different CPU. So if you have 8 CPUs, you can run 8 Elixir processes at the same time, and they all talk to each other really nicely. So anyway, um, it's great stuff. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get through this course this week and start promoting affiliate stuff for it. I have an affiliate link. That's what I'm going to be putting in the notes. But same thing for I'm going to be doing some of Wes Boss's courses next week, and or this week. So same kind of thing. I'm trying to get through that so I can start promoting those as well. But yeah, the main thrust this week is going to be on getting Angular Dev Summit promoted and getting people signed up for it. I think I currently have 150 or so people signed up. So at this point, it's just a matter of letting more people know about it. And since it's free, I don't see why I shouldn't be getting 1,000 or so people signing up and getting into the system. So anyway, I'll quit rambling. Thank you for watching. And if you have any suggestions for this, because I don't really have a format for it. It's mostly just me talking about what's going on. Certain things that I can do or share or thoughts I can delve into or things like that. That would be great. And then I'm also looking at starting the Angular rants and Ruby rants and JavaScript rants. So if you have questions about programming or any of those languages or frameworks, that would be helpful as well, because then I can actually jump in and start answering some of those on another set of videos. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.